Okay, we should be live. Just wait till some people get in here. Go ahead and pull up the comments section while I'm waiting. Rai Sora says, "Hi, ZJ. Did you see the new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer yet? Um, also, sorry for not showing up at the last live stream. I was busy playing Darksiders." And Critical Drive 7 says, "Hey, is everything okay?" All right, so we're gonna start off with that question. Is everything okay? Uh, no, everything is not okay, guys. Last week I put out a short video giving you guys an update. And I explained that my father was in the hospital and I was having to stay with him. And, um, I said in the video that the doctor, thought that he was getting better and that he might be able to go home last Friday. Well, turns out that didn't happen. Um, I made that video, I think Thursday morning, and Thursday night, uh, things got worse, and they kept getting worse. And the following Saturday, um, my father passed away. So the last few days, I've been going through his funeral, and I've not even thought about YouTube until yesterday. And I thought, I need to do something. I need to give you guys an update. I need to do something, but it's been really, really tough. I mean, it because me and my dad were close. I mean, we were real close. Um, I might as well just tell you guys how this all started. Not this most recent Saturday, but the Saturday before that. Um, my dad passed out all of a sudden, and he started having pains in his stomach and pains in his chest. And you know, uh, the ambulance was called and everything, and the ambulance thought that uh, that it was a heart attack. Usually you have chest pains. First thing that comes to mind is a heart attack. Well, we get to the hospital, and it turns out it's not a heart attack. What happened was is that my dad had an ulcer on his stomach that we didn't know about, and the ulcer ruptured. And when the ulcer ruptured, it created a hole in his stomach, and so uh, liquid, fluid, and air was going into places in his body that it's normally not supposed to go. And that's what was causing the pain. So they had to do emergency surgery on him, and they had to patch up the hole. Well, he came through that just fine. He came through that surgery just fine. And so he was recovering in the hospital. I was staying with him throughout the entire thing. Um, I was right by his side throughout the entire ordeal. And that Thursday, he was acting like his old self. He was acting a lot better. He was joking and everything. He was flirting with the nurses. That if you know my dad, like that's the type of stuff that my dad normally does. Dad was acting normal on Thursday. Well, Thursday night, he starts like spitting up this yellow stuff, and he starts complaining that his stomach is hurting. Well, I go out and I get the nurse, and by the time I get back with the nurse, now he's saying that the pain's up in his chest. And so they start working on him. He starts suffocating and everything, and uh, all basically, I think every single nurse that was on that hospital floor came in there to try and save him. He was sweating like crazy, and so they took him up to CCU, critical care unit. They got him stabilized. Um, and then the next morning, after they, did the CT scan and EKG and all this other stuff, um, they discovered that where they had patched up the hole in his stomach before, it had actually ruptured again. And so they had to go in and do surgery again on the same spot. Well, after that, they put him on a ventilator. And if you've ever seen someone on a ventilator, they have to be pretty much put into a medically induced coma because they have a tube going down through their mouth and into their lungs and stuff, and you don't want to be awake for all that. So they put him into a medically induced coma, and later that night they had to start putting him on dialysis. And dialysis is basically where your kidneys are not functioning properly. Your kidneys are not getting rid of the waste in your body properly. And so dialysis is basically where they stick in a machine and the machine does the job of your kidneys for you. Well, they did dialysis and he started to look a lot better after that. I think they took him off dialysis about 11 o'clock on Friday night. And then about, I would say about 1 o'clock Saturday morning, um, his pulse started to get weaker and it kept getting weaker. And eventually his pulse just stopped. And at that point, they started doing CPR. And while they were doing CPR, and if you've ever seen them do CPR, I mean, I'm like in a hospital setting, like they have to break your ribs and everything else to do CPR properly. Like that's how it's done. And the entire time they were doing CPR, pretty much the entire time, I was holding his hand the entire time. And I was there holding his hand, crying when the doctor gave the time of death, 2:23 a.m. Yeah. So I have really been through a lot. I really have. And I am so exhausted at this point. Um then of course afterwards, we had to plan the funeral and everything. Took him to the funeral home, got the casket that he wanted. Um you know, his favorite color was blue, so we got him a blue casket. And had a really nice funeral. I spoke at the funeral. I when I was speaking, of course, I lost it. The tears started flowing, of course. And my dad was also a veteran. He was a Vietnam veteran, and so he got the military honors. He had a flag over his casket, the 21 gun salute, all of that stuff. And we had the funeral on Monday and we buried him on Tuesday. And then afterwards, we got together. And the thing is that my dad had two wives and he had two sets of kids by these different wives. So we got together and we started to try and figure out, because dad didn't have a will and we had to figure out who got what. Well, I'm not going to go too much into detail, but let's just say that my siblings on the other side, my siblings with the first wife, not my mother, but his other wife, my half siblings, basically. They were a bunch of pricks. Let's just put it like that. They were a bunch of pricks. I mean, I come to find out before we even had my dad in the ground, they were already going through his stuff, which shows you just how much that they respected my dad. And so I thought that was, I'm not going to go too much into detail with that, but basically they're a bunch of pricks. And that's been rough too, because I consider that to be dishonoring my dad's memory. And I was not happy with that at all. But anyways, that's that's basically what's been happening. So I really hope that you all have had a better last couple of weeks than I have, because this has probably been the hardest couple of weeks, almost the hardest couple of weeks of my it's up there. It may very well be the hardest couple of weeks of my life. I mean, there's really only one other week I can think of, and that was way back in uh 2007, where I lost both my great grandmother and my older sister in the same week. anyways, I just needed to update you guys and tell you guys what was happening. Um, Thank you, Rai Rai Sora. Thank you for your sympathy, and you too, Capsies G. Thank you for your sympathy, and thank you, Lindsay. Uh, I'm sorry if I pronounce your last name, Lindsay. Lindsay Blaish, I guess. I apologize if I mispronounce your last name, Lindsay, but thank you for your sympathy as well. Um, and again, I don't know if any of you are religious or whatever, but um, you know, I'll just put it out there. I'm a Christian, and my dad was a Christian, and so, you know, according to our faith and everything, I know that he was ready to go and everything. But like I said at his funeral, I wasn't ready to let him go. And I think when stuff like this comes along, I don't think any of us are ready to let people go. You can never prepare yourself for something like this. Um, I think what's really going to get to me, uh, when it comes to my birthday, because the thing is, me and my dad shared a birthday. Um, we both of us were born on December 5th, and when my birthday comes around, um, you know, it's going to be the first birthday that I've ever had in my life where my dad wasn't there and both of our names weren't on the birthday cake. That's going to be real hard because, again, I've never had a birthday that I didn't share with my dad. And this is going to be the first time that's ever happened. That's going to be tough. That's going to be real tough. But anyways, that's what's been going on in my life. And so I hope because of that, you guys will excuse the lack of content in the last couple of weeks and just give me a little bit more time to get over it, guys. I mean, I'm never going to get over it, but I'm trying to think the best way to say this. Give me a little bit of time to collect myself, to try and reorganize my mindset, to try and reassemble myself to where I can function a bit more properly. Anyways, thank you guys for listening to that. Lindsay says, I lost my dad last year in August. He had many problems. I am with you. Yeah, you understand then. It's rough. And my dad had a lot of health problems too. I mean, um he was a smoker since he was like 13 years old, and he was trying his best to quit, but he was never able to get there. And so he had he had really bad lungs, and of course smoking doesn't do anything good for your heart. And I think just a lot of that just I just don't think he was strong enough to get through the surgery. And my dad always said, and I don't smoke. Okay, I don't. All right, I have seen enough health problems that smoking causes with my dad to never do it. To never do it. Um. So I can tell you right now, I at no time in the future am I ever gonna pick up a cigarette or anything. And my dad always said, use me as an example to keep other people from smoking. So if you've ever thought about it, don't do it. If you are doing it, quit it, because I'm telling you, you may be young right now and it's not affecting you right now. You're not noticing any kind of negative side effects from it right now. But smoking is a slow killer. And I'm telling you, when you get older, it's hell to go through. It causes so many problems. Just don't do it. my dad regretted it ever picking one up. It was awful. Do not do it. And thankfully, um, studies and statistics have shown that, with each new generation, the number of smokers goes down. So smoking is slowly but surely beginning to die out. And I'll be so happy when it does because it's awful. There's nothing good that comes of it. Um, and the tobacco companies are freaking evil. I mean, they are evil. The stuff that they do is just awful. They are selling people poison. So I'll be glad when smoking is gone for good. It's terrible. Lindsay says her dad was a heavy alcohol drinker and had back problems. My dad used to be a drinker back in the day, but after I was born and my little sister were born and everything, not too long after that, he put away the bottle for good. He put away the bottle for good and never went back. And that's something I was really proud of. Um, I just wish he could have done the same thing when it came to smoking. But anyways, guys, let's not try and make this entire live stream doom and gloom. One reason I wanted to do this live stream is because I have to get my mind off of all of this. I have to I have to do something to keep myself from going crazy. And I thought talking to you guys would be a good way to do that because, you know, you guys, on the old channel and on this one, you guys just doing these. I enjoy these live streams. I mean, when I first started doing live streams, I didn't know how it was going to turn out, but I really enjoy these live streams. I enjoy these live streams more than I do making regular videos. Because I get to have like live interaction with you guys. I get to see your comments and I get to respond in real time. And it just it feels good. It just feels good to talk to you guys. Critical Drive 7 says, I hope things get better for you. Things will. Things will get better. They always do. I always told my dad, and I always try and tell everyone, as long as you still have breath in your body, um, as long as you still have breath in your body, there is hope. There is always hope. And, people may shrug at hope. People may, say, well, they may put hope down because, it doesn't seem tangible. It doesn't seem real in the moment that you're going through a crisis. But I have learned in my 25 years, I have seen for a fact in other people's lives, hope is the most powerful thing that humans have. Hope is what keeps us going when ordinarily we wouldn't be able to go any further. Hope is a miraculous thing. So, um, things will get better. I believe that. Rai Source says that's a lot of health problems. I lost my grandfather in 2002, so I was very close to him, and I can still remember my mom screaming Bloody Mary when she lost it. Yeah, there's been a lot of times this week that I felt like screaming too, but you know, because the thing is, Dad left me in charge of a lot of stuff. I had to when it came to deciding medical decisions, when the nurses or the doctor would ask me, do I want to do this? Do I want to do that? I would have to tell them because dad was the one that, confided in me about all of that stuff. And of course, my dad wanted me to do whatever it took to save him because my dad was not a quitter. My dad wanted me to do whatever it took to save him. And I believe I did that to the best of my ability. Um, Dad told me how he wanted his funeral to be done. So I had to talk to the funeral home people and I still got some stuff that I got to work out. I got to deal with some financial stuff and, things like that. So, you know, I've had to be the strong one throughout this whole thing. Even though I've wanted to scream many times and I've wanted to just break down and lose it, I've had to be the strong one throughout this entire thing. And it's not been easy, but it's what dad wanted. So, anyways, let's try and talk about something a little bit more lighthearted. Um, a new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer came out, and it came out, Tuesday, early Tuesday morning, after we had my dad's funeral. And if there was ever a time for a Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer to come out, this was the week that it needed to happen, because seeing that trailer was it was comforting, because you guys know I love Kingdom Hearts, and just to see that trailer, just something about it was just, um, it just made me feel some sense of joy. It's just which I had been lacking completely up to that point for the last few days, and so because of that, Tetsuya Nomura, Square Enix, Disney, thank you, thank you. So that was nice. Um, Red Bandit says, "Hey man, I'm sorry to hear about your dad. I can't imagine what you must be feeling right now. A whole bunch of stuff: anger, sadness, um, emptiness, just a whole mixture of emotions right now. I'll be honest with you, Red Bandit." Um, well, all right, guys. So let's talk about this Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. Rai Source says, "ZJ, did you see the new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer yet?" Yes, I did. I thought it was really cool. Um, Cap Z's G says, "Does Nomura actually want to announce all Kingdom Hearts 3 worlds? Because it was said that before Kingdom Hearts 3 is released, he will release everything himself." Um, I think he's talking specifically about the Disney worlds. I don't think we're going to see all of the original worlds. Um, I think honestly, we saw Keyblade Graveyard in the last trailer, the Big Hero 6 trailer. We've seen Radiant Garden, little bits and pieces of it. And actually, if you guys go back to the newest trailer, the Big Hero 6 trailer, the scene where you have Vexen and Demyx talking to one another, take a look at the background, take a look at the wall. The colors, the design of that wall, I think that's Radiant Garden. I think they're in Radiant Garden. I know a lot of people thought it was Twilight Town, but if you look at the color of the wall behind Vexen and Demyx in the latest trailer, it has more of a bluish, purplish color, and that's something that I would associate more with Radiant Garden than I would Twilight Town. But we still haven't seen any gameplay from Radiant Garden, so I think Radiant Garden we're going to see in a future trailer, possibly at Paris Games Week, possibly at PlayStation Experience, the Video Game Awards, or Jump Festa. I think we will see Radiant Garden, hopefully very soon. I hope we get gameplay from Radiant Garden. Well, we will probably see Radiant Garden in a trailer that focuses on the Final Fantasy characters, I would say. That's probably where we will get gameplay of Radiant Garden. But I don't think we're going to see the final world, and the fact that we've actually seen Keyblade Graveyard in a trailer now, I think that tells me that Keyblade Graveyard is not the final world. I think the final world is either going to be Kingdom Hearts itself, like the true Kingdom Hearts, or the final world is actually going to be the new city, the new world that we see on the box art of Kingdom Hearts 3. The one where we have Sora and Riku and Kairi, Terra Aquaven, Roxas Xion, Lee, Naminé, Mickey, Donald, Goofy, all sitting on the side of a building, and you see another building off to the side that has like 13 numbers on it. It's like a clock tower, and the clock has like 13 numbers on it. I think that world could possibly be the final world, and in fact, what if that world is actually Cable Town? It could be Cable Town. We've heard all of these rumors about Cable Town. People have seen, claim to see this new world called Cable Town. What if the world that is on the Kingdom Hearts 3 box art, what if that is Cable Town, and what if that is the final world? Or who knows? Maybe the inside of Kingdom Hearts is actually this city. Like maybe this city is inside Kingdom Hearts. I don't know. But I don't think we're going to see the final world. I don't think we'll see the final world. But I think we'll probably see every other world outside of the final world. I think we'll see all of the Disney worlds. I think we'll see all of the original worlds with the exception of the final world. Pretty much. That's what I think. Um, and as far as Disney worlds go, I really think we probably only have two more left. I would think probably. Um, I think very likely Jungle Book is going to be a world, and as for the other world, I think it's either going to be a Lilo and Stitch world or Atlantis. I think it's going to be one of those two. Um, I would actually I think Atlantis would probably look cooler, to be honest with you, but I would rather have Lilo and Stitch just because I think it goes along better with the story. And they've been teasing a proper Lilo and Stitch world forever. I mean, Stitch was a summon in Kingdom Hearts 2. We had the spaceship area for Stitch and Birth by Sleep. And so I think now we need a proper Lilo and Stitch world with the island of Hawaii. Um, so I think it'll either be Lilo and Stitch or Atlantis. I would prefer Lilo and Stitch for story purposes, but I wouldn't be mad if we got Atlantis. And also, I think Jungle Book is also going to happen. Let's see. Let me go through these comments, see what else people were saying when it comes to Kingdom Hearts. Lindsay says, did I see the Big Hero 6 trailer? Yes, I did, Lindsay. Critical Drive 7 says the Kraken boss fight is actually a thing. If you guys, were here on the old channel and you watched my Kingdom Hearts videos on my old channel, you guys know the one thing that I wanted the most from the Pirates of the Caribbean world in Kingdom Hearts 3 was a boss fight with the Kraken. And now we have confirmation that we're going to get a boss fight with the Kraken. I was really happy to see that because I wanted that so bad. I mean, I think in every video where I talked about Pirates of the Caribbean in Kingdom Hearts 3, I think I brought up it, in every single video like that, I brought up that I wanted a Kraken boss fight in Kingdom Hearts 3. And now we have confirmation that we are getting a Kraken boss fight in Kingdom Hearts 3. I am so happy about that. And the way that they're doing it, they seem to be having to where like the end of Pirates of the Caribbean 3, where they had like the big whirlpool, and you had the Flying Dutchman and the Black Pearl fighting each other as they were going around this big whirlpool. Well, it seems like they are changing the story a bit, and instead of killing off the Kraken off screen like they did in the movie, they're actually going to have the Kraken in the center of that whirlpool from the end of Pirates of the Caribbean 3. And I think that's so freaking badass. I love that. That is so cool. That is going to be one hell of a boss fight. That is going to be so epic. And I can't wait to play it. I can't wait to play it. And I'm so happy they confirmed that the Kraken's going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. Darren Shelter says, hey, do you like the cover art? I love the cover art. The box art looks amazing. Obviously, it has a lot of callbacks to the box art for Kingdom Hearts 1. Kingdom Hearts 1 had a very similar box art, except Kingdom Hearts 1's box art was like, nighttime, and it had the heart-shaped yellow moon. The artificial Kingdom Hearts that the organization made was on the box art, and I guess the world that they were in was meant to be the world that never was. I mean, I know that they didn't have that world planned back when they made Kingdom Hearts 1 or designed that box art, but I guess they just took inspiration from the box art for Kingdom Hearts 1 and made the world that never was based on that, I guess. I don't know. But the Kingdom Hearts 3 box art has a lot of callbacks to Kingdom Hearts 1's box art, and I think that's really, really cool. I also, having all of these characters together on the box art, all of the trios, the Sea Salt trio, the Wayfinder trio, the Destiny Islands trio, Mickey, Donald, and Goofy, Naminé, having all of these characters together, looking off into the horizon, I think is just, it's beautiful. I mean, it really shows that this is the culmination of everything in the series so far, and I absolutely love it. And the sky, like the sky on the box art, you have like, part of it's nighttime, part of it's dawn, part of it's dusk, part of it's daytime. And the way that they blend all four of those times of the day together, I think is just beautiful, beautiful. And the buildings, the clock tower, just I love it. I love it. I think the box art is absolutely beautiful. I'll be honest with you, looking at it, it's definitely my favorite box art out of all of the Kingdom Hearts box arts because there's so much detail in it. It's so well designed, and there is so much meaning and so many callbacks in it. I love it. Um, let's see. Rai Sora says, "Did you see the part where Sora and Kairi are sitting on a tree?" Yes, yes. Oh, wonderful. God, that was so beautiful. Um, I made a video where I talked about how in Kingdom Hearts 3, Sora and Kairi should become a couple. Like it should become canon, it should become official. They should get together in Kingdom Hearts 3. There should be a Sora and Kairi kissing scene. Absolutely. And that small little snippet of the trailer where we see Sora and Kairi sitting on the Paopu tree on Destiny Islands together without Riku, to me, that pretty much confirms that Sora and Kairi's relationship is going to go to the next level in this game. And I couldn't be any happier about it. That got me so happy. That got me so excited. Um, Lindsay says, "Do you like the look of Davy Jones?" Yeah, I think Davy Jones looks awesome. All of his tentacles, on his beard seem to move individually. And yeah, I think Davy Jones looks great. Red Bandit says Nomura said that there won't be any more trailers at TGS. However, I'm feeling skeptical since he said something similar last year at D23, and we ended up getting the Toy Story trailer. Well, they're supposed to have a panel this weekend, and I'm not really sure what time it is. And I'll be honest with you guys, I'm probably not going to watch it live. There is a live stream for it, but I'm probably not going to watch it live because I mean, I'm probably going to be really busy this weekend, trying to, do things when it comes to, my dad's stuff and everything. But there's supposed to be a panel with the Japanese voice actors for Aqua and Sora. And there's also supposed to be a PlayStation panel where I think Shinji Hashimoto is going to be present. And yeah, Nomura said there wasn't going to be another trailer, but there could be something. I think there could definitely be something. Maybe not a normal traditional trailer, but maybe like a special video or something that's showing off something that Square really wants to focus on when it comes to the game. I don't know. I think there could be some kind of special video, if not necessarily a trailer. Um, and also, I think we're going to get an update on Kingdom Hearts VR. Now, who saw that coming? Kingdom Hearts VR. Kingdom Hearts is coming to virtual reality. I did not see that coming. I did not see that coming. And the PlayStation thing that Shinji Hashimoto is supposed to be at, I think that's where we're going to find out a lot about PlayStation or Kingdom Hearts VR. I think that's where we're going to hear more about that. But that was just weird. Like that announcement came out of nowhere. I was not expecting Kingdom Hearts VR. Like what? So I think we're going to hear more about that this weekend as well. But even if we don't get any kind of new trailer this weekend, I'm fine with that because I think the trailer that we got earlier this week I think was fine. There was so many good things and that's so much to speculate on. So I really don't mind if we don't get a trailer this weekend. And besides, if we're getting, this panel with Sora and Aqua's voice actors, if we're getting this PlayStation thing with Shinji Hashimoto, there's going to be a lot of new information that's going to be coming out regardless. Even if it's not a trailer, there's going to be a lot of information that's going to be coming out, which I think is going to be cool. And of course, we're going to get Tetsuya Nomura interviews after, Tokyo Game Show, of course. Let's see. Critical Drive says, "What did you think of the Roxas parts of the trailer?" Surprising, really surprising. Because Nomura said that Roxas was like the biggest secret for Kingdom Hearts 3. That Roxas, you know, Roxas was the most important thing about Kingdom Hearts 3. That's how Nomura hyped him up. So I figured because of that we weren't going to ever see Roxas in a trailer. Um, I know that we saw Roxas in the short version of the trailer that we got last week, with the photograph and everything. But that photograph was from Kingdom Hearts 2. So that to me didn't really count. But I was not expecting to see new footage of Roxas in Kingdom Hearts 3. That was surprising because I thought, okay, Roxas is the biggest secret of Kingdom Hearts 3. Roxas is going to have a huge role to play in Kingdom Hearts 3. So we're probably not going to see him in a trailer. Yet here we saw him in a trailer. We didn't see his face, but we saw the back of his head. We saw him wielding Oathkeeper and Oblivion, and just even that I thought was surprising because I didn't think we were going to see Roxas in any Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer. I thought they were saving him until the game actually came out. Let's see. Red Bandit says, "I think the world on the box art for Kingdom Hearts 1 was supposed to be Traverse Town." Could have been, yeah. It did have a lot of similarities to Traverse Town, but the thing is, what gets me is that it had the yellow moon. It had the uh, artificial, man-made Kingdom Hearts of people's hearts that the organization was making. Um, so I what I always assumed is that um, when they first made that box art, that world was not meant to be any particular world. It was just this random thing they put on the box art, and they really didn't think of it as being any particular world. But then when they were making Kingdom Hearts 2 and they knew that they were going to use the yellow moon from that box art for the artificial Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2, I think they took inspiration from the Kingdom Hearts 1 box art in designing the world that never was, and designing the dark city part of it. Obviously not the organization's castle, but like the dark city part of it. And the box art for Kingdom Hearts 1 was the inspiration for the design of the dark city in the world that never was for Kingdom Hearts 2. That's what I have always assumed, but I could be wrong. It could be Traverse Town. Um Lindsay says, "What did you think about Master Xehanort? Sorry for the misspelling." Again, very surprising. Master Xehanort was someone I was not expecting to see in a trailer. Because he's the main villain. He is the leader of the Seekers of Darkness. And so I really thought that Master Xehanort, they were going to save him until we actually play the game. So I was not expecting to see Master Xehanort in any trailer. But again, Nomura proves me wrong. They show Master Xehanort in a trailer. They show his face. They show his new voice. We get to hear his new voice actor. And I don't know who's playing Master Xehanort, because if you guys don't know, most everyone knows that Master Xehanort's voice actor in English was Leonard Nimoy, and Leonard Nimoy passed away, unfortunately. But a lot of people don't know that Master Xehanort's Japanese voice actor also passed away. So the voice actor that we're hearing for Master Xehanort in this new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailer is a brand new voice actor. And I gotta say, you can't really tell much of a difference. He still sounds pretty much like he did in every other game before Kingdom Hearts 3. So whoever they got to voice Master Xehanort in the Japanese version, they did a really good job, because it sounds almost exactly the same. But it leads me to wonder now, who are they going to get to replace Leonard Nimoy to voice Master Xehanort in the English version of the game? And I'm really interested in seeing an English trailer now with Master Xehanort in it, so that we can hear what his new English voice is going to sound like, because Leonard Nimoy had a very distinct voice, and to try and replace that voice is going to be very difficult, very, very difficult for someone to replace Leonard Nimoy as Master Xehanort and make it sound, not exactly the same, but close enough to Leonard Nimoy's portrayal of Master Xehanort. That's going to be difficult. and I'm interested to see how that plays out. Critical Drive says the VR part was something I didn't expect either. Yeah, that just came out of nowhere. I saw that and I was just like, what? Like, okay. Um, Riku says, how about tomorrow? What do you mean? Like, clarify a bit. Like, what do you mean? What about tomorrow? Red Bandit says, do you think that Vexen and Demyx are seekers of darkness, or do you think they're undercover for Ienzo? I've heard this theory, and it's not impossible. It's not impossible. In fact, I think it could very well be the case that they are undercover for Ienzo. Um, the thing is that when it comes to Demyx, like I've never understood people that said Demyx should be a seeker of darkness. Why would Demyx be a seeker of darkness? Because number one, he was probably the weakest, laziest, and most ineffectual member of the original organization. Why the hell would Master Xehanort want Demyx in the new organization knowing that? I mean, it just doesn't make sense. Number two, Demyx, in 358 over 2 days and Kingdom Hearts 2, didn't really seem like he cared about the organization's plans. Demyx just wanted to do his own thing. He didn't want to work. He didn't want to go on missions. He just wanted to play his sitar. So why would Demyx want to join the new organization? Why would he want to be a seeker of darkness? So Demyx being a seeker of darkness, I just don't think he is, because it just doesn't make a lot of sense for him to be a seeker of darkness. Out of all the people Xehanort could get, why him? And also take note that in this new trailer, we never see Demyx's eyes. We don't see his eyes. When he's talking to Vexen, we see the back of his head, and in the other scene where he's walking through the dark corridor and he's got somebody's body over his shoulder, his eyes are closed. We never see Demyx's eyes. So that tells me that he's probably not a seeker of darkness. Even though he is wearing the organization code, he's probably not a seeker of darkness. Now, when it comes to Vexen, Vexen makes a lot more sense to be a seeker of darkness. In fact, Vexen makes more sense than either Marluxia or Larxene, because Marluxia and Larxene, they were going to betray Xemnas in the original organization. Why would Master Xehanort want a bunch of traitors, people who betrayed his nobody? Why would he want them in his new organization when he should know that he can't trust them? So Marluxia and Larxene being in the Seekers of Darkness never made sense to me, but Vexen makes a lot of sense, because think about who Vexen is. Vexen in the original organization was the head of the replica program. He created Shion. He created Riku Replica. He was the scientist of the organization. He was doing all of these secret projects that Xemnas wanted worked on. And he also seemed pretty loyal to Xemnas. So Vexen being, privy to all of the original organization's secrets, their secret experiments, their, all of their dark and dirty secrets, pretty much. Vexen knew all of that. So given that, it would make sense that Master Xehanort would want to hold on to Vexen, that he wouldn't want to let him slip through his grasp, that he would want him to be a part of the new organization. To me, that makes perfect sense. But again, Vexen could be working for Ienzo, and I've heard people theorize that the yellow eyes that Vexen has is not due to him being a Xehanort, but is instead due to, basically like contacts, contact lenses, pretty much. Like Ienzo created contact lenses, yellow contacts, and gave them to Vexen. And Vexen's actually, a double agent working for Ienzo. But again, I that could be the case. In fact, I think there's a very good chance that Vexen and Demyx are both working for Ienzo. But I think it would also make a lot more sense if Vexen was a Seeker of Darkness. but that's just my opinion. It would make more sense than Marluxia or Larxene. Also, we have to question this. Where is Zaldan or Dylan or whoever he is at this point? Where's Zaldan? Because if you remember in Dream Drop Distance, Vexen and Zaldan, when they were, when they were brought back as complete people, they were having problems waking up. And, they were off screen for the entirety of that game. So where is Zaldan? Where is Dylan? Where is he at now? We haven't seen him. And again, it would make sense if Zaldan was a Seeker of Darkness, because Zaldan, I mean, did you see the way that he manipulated the beast in Kingdom Hearts 2 and 358 over 2 days? Like that was so Xehanort like. Like he was acting like Xehanort when he was manipulating the beast. I think at some point in 358 over 2 days, I think it's one of the secret reports that's written by Zaldan. He even mentions he doesn't really care about getting his heart back, but he knows that he has to because there's just certain things that you can't do without a heart. He doesn't really care about emotions. He just needs a heart because there's certain things you can't do without a heart. Like the heart provides certain powers. So again, I don't know. To me, Zaldan always seemed like prime Seeker of Darkness material. Zaldan and Vexen both. More so than Marluxia and Larxene. But anyways, Critical Drive says, oh. One more thing I want to say. Going back to Red Bandit's comment about Ienzo. Did you guys notice in the trailer that when it came to Ienzo, there was a particular scene where we see someone in an organization coat placing their hand on Ienzo's shoulder? And a lot of people thought originally, oh, is this Luxord? No, it's not Luxord. The person in the organization coat with the blonde beard that placed their hand on Ienzo and who Ienzo, it looked like he was bowing his head to, that person was Ansem the Wise. That is Ansem the Wise. And if you notice, Ienzo is, he's got his head bowed to Ansem the Wise. So, and I roll with me here for a second. I'm about to do some theorizing. Ienzo has always come off as ever since Birth by Sleep, Ienzo has always intrigued me because we saw in Birth by Sleep, it was explained in Birth by Sleep that Ienzo was an orphan and that it was Ansem the Wise who took Ienzo in after he was orphaned. We don't know what happened to Ienzo's parents. There are some theories about a certain character in Union Cross possibly being one of Ienzo's parents, but we don't know what happened to Ienzo's parents. The point is, Ansem the Wise took in Ienzo like Ienzo was his own son. So ever since learning that, I always found it to be weird as to why Ienzo would betray Ansem the Wise along with all of the other apprentices. Why would he do that? Why would he betray a man that he looked up to as his father? And if you look at the Blank Point secret ending of Birth by Sleep, there is a scene in Blank Points where Zigbar and Terranord, apprentice Xehanort, are walking down one of the hallways inside of Ansem's castle. And Ienzo and Ansem the Wise are walking, down the other direction. When Ienzo stops, turns around, looks at Xehanort and Breg, and like he knows something's up with them. Like he knows that there's something wrong with Xehanort and Breg. And to me, there's just been all of these little hints, all of these little nuggets when it comes to Ienzo that makes me think, what if Ienzo never really betrayed Ansem the Wise? What if Ienzo was actually a double agent for Ansem the Wise? What if Ienzo was so loyal to Ansem and loved him so much that he was willing to become a nobody, join the organization, infiltrate the organization, and then report back to Ansem the Wise? And what if somehow, some way, Ansem the Wise and Ienzo knew about the fact that if you destroy someone's heartless and then you destroy someone's nobody afterwards, it will cause the original person to, resurface, to become whole again? What if they knew that and Ansem was able to find Zexion's heartless and get Mickey or some other Keyblade wielder to destroy it before Zexion was destroyed? That way it would be guaranteed that Zexion would come back as Ienzo at some point. I don't know, but I get the feeling that Ienzo has been working for Ansem this entire time. And I may be crazy. I may be looking for stuff. I may be looking for deeper meaning where there is none, but I just have this feeling based off of everything we've seen about this character that he has been working for Ansem the Wise the entire time. And in fact, I would not be surprised if Lexius, or now Elias, was in on it as well. Because Lexius's title in the organization is the Silent Hero. Why would he be called a hero when he's a part of a villain group? He's part of a group of villains, but he's called the Silent Hero. Maybe it's because Lexius and Zexion were working together for Ansem the Wise, for the good guys. I don't know. It's just something about Ienzo has always fascinated me ever since Birth by Sleep. And here we're seeing in Kingdom Hearts 3, he's helping Sora. We have him now bowing his head to Ansem the Wise. And Ansem the Wise is not angry at him. Ansem the Wise just comes up to him, puts his hand on his shoulder very lovingly, like a father would to a son. So that's got me thinking Ienzo has actually been working for Ansem this entire time. He's been a double agent working for Ansem the Wise this entire time. Because even in the secret Ansem reports that you get in Kingdom Hearts 2, Ansem the Wise knows things about the organization that he wouldn't know unless, like, how did he get all of this information about Organization 13, the original Organization 13, unless someone on the inside was feeding him the information? It could have been Zexion. It could have been. So I just, I think Ienzo is going to be one of the most fascinating things in Kingdom Hearts 3. But anyways, Critical Drive 7 says, do you think that Master Keeper could be a playable Keyblade? If so, what would you imagine its transformation being? I do think it'll be a playable Keyblade. I think they're going to use the Master Keeper to find Ventus, to find the Chamber of Waking. As for its Keyblade transformation, I don't know. I really don't know. That's a good question. It could just be that the Master Keeper gives Sora like a special drive form. Like Kingdom Key doesn't transform, but it gives Sora a second form, which basically gives him his abilities from Kingdom Hearts 2. Master Keeper could do something like that. If not that, maybe Master Keeper just gives Sora Keyblade armor. I mean, I don't know. Lindsay says, do you know what Lee was crying about? It's a mystery to me. Also, the scene with Sora and the crew of Big Hero 6 with them having ice cream reminds me of Shion, Roxas, and Axel. Yeah, and it's a callback to that. I mean, we saw, in that scene with, Sora having ice cream with Big Hero 6, for a brief instance, he took on the appearance of Roxas. He looked over and saw Hayner, Pence, and Olette, but it's also meant to be a callback to Roxas eating ice cream with Axel and Shion as well. As for what Lee was crying about, I remember after E3, Nomura did an interview, and don't ask me to find the interview because it's all of the interviews that came out at that time. There's so many of them that, and it's been so long, it'd take me forever to find it. But Nomura mentioned something interesting about Lee, and that is he seemed to imply or at least suggest that Lee has some kind of like link to Roxas, almost like a psychic connection to Roxas, and he can almost feel Roxas. So it is possible that when Roxas comes back in Kingdom Hearts 3, that Lee can feel Roxas coming back, and that triggers Lee to start crying. Could be tears of joy, could be tears of sadness, depending on what state Roxas is in. The other possibility is that Lee being around Kairi, training with Kairi, has triggered his memories, his forgotten memories of Shion. And at some point while training with Kairi, all of Lee's memories of Shion start flooding back to him. And that overwhelms him with emotion and he starts crying. That's the other possibility. Do you think Kingdom Hearts 3 will show Kingdom Hearts as a heart of gold? Okay. That's from Rai Rai Sora. If you look at the other Kingdom Hearts in the series, there's basically been 3 Kingdom Hearts, and they've all been man-made artificial Kingdom Hearts. They're not natural. They've been created by people gathering hearts together. We have the Kingdom Hearts of Worlds. This is the Kingdom Hearts from Kingdom Hearts 1. And it was a Kingdom Hearts that was brought together by gathering the hearts of worlds. The Heartless would go around, they would steal the hearts of worlds, and they would gather in the realm of darkness to make the Kingdom Hearts of Worlds. Now, we never actually saw this Kingdom Hearts. We just knew the closest that we got to seeing the Kingdom Hearts of Worlds, it was a heart-shaped silhouette behind the door to darkness. We didn't actually see the Kingdom Hearts of Worlds. But I can assume, since the other 2 Kingdom Hearts that we have seen in the series have taken the form of a moon, of a heart-shaped moon, I can assume that the Kingdom Hearts of Worlds also took the shape of a heart-shaped moon, but we just didn't see it. And probably, since the Kingdom Hearts in Kingdom Hearts 2 was yellow, the Kingdom Hearts in Birth by Sleep was blue, I would assume that the Kingdom Hearts of Worlds probably was gray. It was probably gray, silver in color. Yeah, it was probably silver in color. Like the moon normally is, like a gray moon, a gray heart-shaped moon. That's what I picture that it probably looked like. And then in Kingdom Hearts 2, we get the yellow heart-shaped moon, and this Kingdom Hearts is a Kingdom Hearts made of the hearts of people. People become heartless, Sora defeats those heartless, and then those hearts are gathered by the organization to create the Kingdom Hearts of people. And then in Birth by Sleep, we got a blue Kingdom Hearts. Now, for a long time, we didn't know what this Kingdom Hearts was, where it came from. All we know is that Master Xehanort shot his Keyblade up into the sky, the clouds rolled back, and here was this blue Kingdom Hearts that we had never seen before. However, I think after looking at Kingdom Hearts Union Cross, after seeing the Keyblade War, after looking at Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, the movie, you notice that, during the Keyblade War, when, Keyblade wielders were being killed, their hearts came out of their bodies, flew up into the sky, and started gathering together. And then same thing in Kingdom Hearts Key back cover, where you have Lushu standing on the edge, of a cliff in the Keyblade graveyard. After the Keyblade War was over, you see all of these hearts flying up to the blue Kingdom Hearts from Birth by Sleep. So I think, and again, this has never been confirmed, But I think that we can assume that the blue Kingdom Hearts from Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep is a Kingdom Hearts made up of the hearts of Keyblade wielders. That's what I think. Um, so basically, we have the Kingdom Hearts of Worlds, which I am assuming it's never been stated or confirmed, but I am assuming it probably took the form of a gray heart-shaped moon. Then we have the Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2, which was made up of, normal people, the hearts of normal people, and it took the form of a yellow heart-shaped moon. And then we have the blue Kingdom Hearts and Birth by Sleep, which I assume was made up of the hearts of the Keyblade wielders who fell during the Keyblade War. That's what I'm assuming. So, Rai Sora asked, do I think that Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 3, the true Kingdom Hearts, the real Kingdom Hearts, will be a heart of gold? Well, here's what I think. All we have seen up till now is man-made artificial Kingdom Hearts, and they have all taken the form of a heart-shaped moon. One of them, I am assuming, took the shape of a heart-shaped moon. So I think when it comes to the real Kingdom Hearts, the true Kingdom Hearts, the natural Kingdom Hearts, I think it's not going to take the form of a heart-shaped moon, but it's going to take the form of a heart-shaped sun. Yes, I think it's going to be a sun, because the artificial Kingdom Hearts, when you think about the moon, the light of the moon is a reflection of the light of the sun. So we could view the artificial Kingdom Hearts, the man-made Kingdom Hearts we have seen so far, their light is merely a reflection of the light of the true Kingdom Hearts. And when we see the true Kingdom Hearts, its light is going to be so brilliant, so radiant that it will shine like the sun. So I think the true Kingdom Hearts is going to take the form of a massive heart-shaped sun. That's what I think it's going to look like. And also, I thought this would be a cool idea. If it does take the form of a heart-shaped sun, then imagine after Kingdom Hearts is summoned in Kingdom Hearts 3, imagine if you can go back to other worlds after Kingdom Hearts has been summoned, and every world you go to, you can see in the sky of every single world in the game, you can see a heart-shaped sun. The light of the true Kingdom Hearts is so brilliant that it can be seen from all worlds. You can see it from every world. At that point in the game, every world you go back to, you can see a heart-shaped sun in the sky. That would be cool. That would be cool. So that's what I think the true Kingdom Hearts looks like. I think it's a heart-shaped sun. Let's see, where am I in the comments here? Red Bandit says the new Japanese voice for Master Xehanort is the original actor's son. Really? Well, that's fantastic then. I mean, yeah, you know what, that seems right. That seems appropriate. I like that. I like that. Rai Sora says, do you think that body could be Sora or Roxas or Ven, the one that he was holding in the dark corridor? It could possibly be Ven. I don't think it's Roxas. I don't think it's Sora. But I do think the body that Demix was holding, I think, could be Ven. It could be Dylan, maybe, because again, we haven't seen Dylan or Zaldin or whatever you want to call him. We haven't seen him, so it could be him. Who else could it be? It could be one of the other Seekers of Darkness. Maybe he saved somebody. It could be Ansem the Wise. Like after Aqua gets Norded, she may attack Ansem the Wise, and maybe Demix shows up, grabs Ansem the Wise, gets the hell out of there before Aqua can, kill him. And Demix brings back Ansem the Wise to Radiant Garden. Could be Ansem the Wise. I don't know. Darren Shelter says, would you be able to explain how Terranort split himself into Ansem and Xemnas, and where do you think he's been? Okay. The whole thing about Terranort and So Terra Nord is a fusion of Master Xehanort and Terra. It's basically Terra's body with Master Xehanort's heart and soul. Or no. It's Terra's body with Master Xehanort's heart, and Terra's soul. Or Master Xehanort's soul. I don't know. The soul doesn't matter. Okay. Point is, it's Terra's body with Master Xehanort's heart and Terra's heart inside of it. Okay. So it is assumed at some point that Master Xehanort completely took over Terra's heart at some point, while he was apprenticed under Ansem the Wise. That seems to be the case. Never been confirmed, but that's just what we assume. And at that point, when Master Xehanort took over Terra's heart completely, he got his memories back. That's just what we assume. We don't know for sure. That whole situation is still ambiguous. But what happened is that when Terranort split himself into a heartless and a nobody, this was intentional because Master Xehanort, and this is why I believe that Master Xehanort, at some point while under the apprenticeship of Ansem the Wise, was able to take over Terra's body completely, is because Master Xehanort explains in Dream Drop Distance that Ansem, Xehanort's heartless, Ansem Seeker of Darkness, using Maleficent to find the 7 princesses of heart, and Xemnas gathering 13 empty vessels to become the Seekers of Darkness. This was part of Master Xehanort's plan. So I would assume then that Master Xehanort was in control when he split himself up into a heartless and a nobody, because he needed to split himself up to carry out, these 2 different aspects of his plan. So because of that, let's look at the features of Ansem and Xemnas, and then we can try and distinguish, what part of Terra got sent to which, being, and which part of Master Xehanort got sent to which being. I think Terra did not have a lot of control over either Xemnas or Xehanort's Heartless. In fact, I don't think he had any control. I go along with the theory that Xehanort's Heartless is that he has the heart of both Master Xehanort and Terra, and that Xehanort's Heartless, Ansem Seeker of Darkness, the actual person that is Ansem Seeker of Darkness, he was created from Master Xehanort's heart. And then the Guardian Heartless that we see Ansem using, the thing that's always following behind him whenever you fight him, that I believe is actually Terra's heart transformed into a Heartless. And I think some evidence for that is that in Dream Drop Distance, after there's a point after Riku defeats Xehanort's Heartless in Dream Drop Distance, Riku presents his Keyblade to the Guardian Heartless, and the Guardian Heartless dissolves. It disappears, but it almost looks at Riku with approval. I got a sense of approval from this Heartless. And to me, that was Terra's heart, which became this Heartless, coming through or fighting back. And it was showing approval of Riku, the boy that he chose to be a Keyblade wielder long ago. So I think Master Xehanort's heart became Ansem Seeker of Darkness, and Terra's heart became the Guardian Heartless. And then Xemnas was Terra's body and soul, but had Master Xehanort's memories and some of Terra's, I guess. But I don't know how much influence Terra has. I don't think he has a lot. I think Ansem, Seeker of Darkness, and Xemnas are mostly following Master Xehanort's will. That's what I think. Now, as far as where Terranort is right now, well, we did see Terranort in the latest trailer, very briefly. So he's somewhere, but as far as exactly what kind of condition he's in, where he is right now, Nomura has intentionally left it vague. And Nomura even said in an interview, they asked him after Dream Drop Distance came out, Where is Terra? Why did Master Xehanort appear in his old body? Shouldn't he have appeared in Terra's body after he was made whole again? And Tetsuya Nomura says, basically, Tetsuya Nomura told the interviewer, I left that a mystery for a reason. I left that vague for a reason. Where Terra is, what kind of condition Terra is in right now, that is a mystery that's going to be explored later on. So we don't know where Terra is. We don't know what condition Terra is in. And Nomura left it that way for a reason. So we'll find out in Kingdom Hearts 3. Let me get a sip of water real quick, guys. My throat's starting to get scratchy. I really didn't intend to go on this long, but wow, you guys have been active today on this live stream, and thank you for that. Again, just talking to you guys, it makes me feel better. It makes me feel so much better. Let's see here. Red Bandit says, how do you feel about Kingdom Hearts 3 having a photo mode? I'm fine with it. A lot of people wanted it. I'm fine with it. I mean, I could care less, to be honest with you, but, I'm fine with a photo mode. Critical Drive 7 says, could 100 Acre Woods come back? Yes, it could. I kind of really don't care for it to come back, though. I mean, I don't hate the 100 Acre Woods. I actually like it in Rechain of Memories and Kingdom Hearts 2. I think it's actually pretty fun. But it's not a world that I really, care about coming back. To me, the 100 Acre Woods, I don't really think is necessary at this point, because if you look in the Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers, every single world has a mini game. There's like a shield riding mini game in the Frozen world. There's a shield riding mini game in the in Olympus. There's probably some kind of mini game in Toy Story. I don't think we've seen a mini game from the Toy Story world, but there probably is a mini game in the Toy Story world. There's probably a mini game in the Monsters Inc. world. There's probably a mini game in the Tangled world. We know there's a mini game in the Big Hero 6 world where you have to go through those, like those circles of light or whatever they are. So there's a mini game in the Big Hero 6 world. And there's the Ratatouille mini game that's going to be in Twilight Town at Remy's restaurant. So there are so many mini games in these worlds that spread out across different worlds that I don't think we really need one world that is designated for mini games, because that's pretty much what 100 Acre Woods was. It was the mini game world. Like, 80% of all the mini games can be found in the 100 Acre Woods. But here in Kingdom Hearts 3, they're spreading the mini games across different worlds. So I don't think we need one world dedicated to mini games anymore. So I don't really see a purpose or a reason for the 100 Acre Woods to come back in Kingdom Hearts 3. But it could come back. But honestly, I would say when it comes to the 100 Acre Woods, make it DLC. Because I don't care about it being in at launch. I don't want them to have to waste development time making a 100 Acre Woods world to have it at launch. And if there's any world that I really don't care about being DLC, it's 100 Acre Woods. Make 100 Acre Woods DLC. I'll pay a few bucks for that, and I won't care. But I don't need it at launch. I don't need 100 Acre Woods in Kingdom Hearts 3. I really don't. Lindsay says, what do you think about Aqua, and what do you think about Data Riku being Norded? Well, Aqua, and back on the old channel, I talked a lot about this. Aqua being Norded was yo. Like, I was like, what? No. I mean, it was such a surprise to see Aqua Norded, because Aqua has always been like this epitome of light in the series. Like, there's like, when you think of characters in the series that are so closely aligned with the light, like you think of Sora, Master Ericus, Mickey, Kyrie, Ventus, and Aqua. You think of Aqua as being like, truer than true, loyal to the light. Like that's like there's a reason that Master Ericus, who is basically this light fanatic, uh, there's a reason why he chose Aqua to be his successor. It's because he saw in her that she had this devotion to light. And so to see this character who devoted herself to the light all of a sudden is controlled by the ultimate master of darkness in the series, it's like, what? Like, hold up, wait, huh? Like, how did this happen? Like, it was shocking. Especially after seeing Birth by Sleep 0.2, a fragmentary passage, where Aqua was still so hopeful about getting out of the realm of darkness and someone coming to save her. And now in Kingdom Hearts 3, she's a Xehanort. It's I have no idea what made Aqua go this route, but I it it is one of the most shocking things I have ever seen in the series. It really is. Because if you would have told me a year ago that Aqua was going to be taken over by Xehanort, I would have said that you're crazy. There's no way that'll ever happen to her. She's too light oriented for that to happen. So yeah, Aqua being a Xehanort is one of the most shocking things in the series to me. It really is. Um, and as for Data Riku being Norded, yo, Tetsuya Nomura is trying so hard to make Recoded relevant. Recoded for the longest has been that one Kingdom Hearts game where people were like, it's just not necessary. I've been one of those people that have said it's just not necessary. Because really, everything that is important in Recoded could have been added as a subplot for Mickey to discover in Dream Drop Distance. Like Mickey could have discovered all the stuff that we found out in Recoded at some point in Dream Drop Distance. So I never really thought that Recoded was necessary as a game. And I think in all honesty, Tetsuya Nomura, he recognizes that a lot of the fandom just doesn't give Recoded credit. Like we don't recognize Recoded as being that important. And I think it kind of bothers him. And so I would not be surprised if Tetsuya Nomura added in Data Riku as a Xehanort just for the fact that he wants to force the fans to recognize Recoded as being important. He's trying to make Recoded relevant. He's trying to make Recoded significant. That's what I think that's really the entire motivation behind making Data Riku a Xehanort. I really do. Because, again, a year ago, if you would have said, oh, did you know Data Riku is a Xehanort? I would have said, Data Riku ain't no Xehanort. We're never going to see Data Riku again. We're never going to see Data Sora again. It's recoded. It's not going to come up again. It's just not. We're not going to see the bug blocks again. It's not important. Yet here we are, and Data Riku is important, and Recoded is still relevant, and the bug blocks are back. So, yeah, I think it's Nomura trying to make Recoded relevant. But to be honest, it's kind of silly when you think about it, because Data Riku, think about what Data Riku really is. Data Riku is not just a data form of Riku, it's Jiminy's journal. Go back and look at Recoded. The Data Riku says that Jiminy's journal, that he is the manifestation of Jiminy's journal. He is Jiminy's journal in data form. He is the vessel for all of the knowledge, all of the data, all of the information written in Jiminy's journal. He is the data vessel for it. So what Data Riku really is, Data Riku is Jiminy's journal. That's what he is. He's not just a data version of Riku. He is Jiminy's journal. I want you listen to this statement and just think about how absolutely insane this is. Jiminy's journal is a Xehanort. I mean, think about that. Jiminy's journal is a Xehanort. Jiminy's journal is a seeker of darkness. That's what Data Riku is. Jiminy's journal is a Xehanort. Did you ever think at any point, think about when you first played Kingdom Hearts 1. Think about when you first read Jiminy's journal. Did you ever think that that journal was going to become a villain one day? Because now it's happened. Jiminy's journal is a villain. We are literally fighting Jiminy's journal. Tetsuya Nomura has lost his ever-loving mind. Oh my god, it's crazy, dude. Critical Drive says, I wonder what Ultima Weapon will be like in this game. I don't know, but one thing I hope is that Ultima Weapon is actually the strongest Keyblade again, because if you go back to Birth by Sleep, if you go back to Dream Drop Distance, I think even Recoded. Was Ultima Weapon even in Recoded? I don't remember. But Dream Drop Distance and Birth by Sleep, Ultima Weapon's not the strongest Keyblade. It's not the ultimate Keyblade in the game. There's Keyblades that are stronger and better than Ultima Weapon in Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance. That was not true in Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2. In Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2, Ultima Weapon is the strongest Keyblade. So I hope that in Kingdom Hearts 3, Ultima Weapon will once again be the ultimate Keyblade. I hope it will be the strongest Keyblade because it just makes sense. Why haven't we seen Marluxia yet? Are they keeping him secret until we play the game, or will he be revealed in another trailer? He's already been revealed. He was revealed in the Monsters, Inc. trailer. Back at D23 earlier this year. We've already seen Marluxia. He's going to be the primary Seeker of Darkness in the Tangled world. Yeah, we've already seen Marluxia. And also, he was in the Japanese version of one of the E3 trailers. It was either the Frozen trailer or the Pirates trailer, but I don't remember. But he was also briefly in the Japanese version of that. But yeah, we've already seen Marluxia. Yeah, go and watch the Monsters, Inc. trailer from D23 earlier this year. We've already seen Marluxia. Critical Drive 7, this may be an odd question, but do you agree with the notion that Terra is the Anakin Skywalker of the series? Yeah, he is. He is. And the reason I know that is because Tetsuya Nomura loves Star Wars. Tetsuya Nomura has admitted he is a big fan of Star Wars. And the whole Terra Master Xehanort relationship in Birth by Sleep, where Master Xehanort was manipulating Terra to come to the dark side, that whole thing, that obviously was inspired from Star Wars. Clearly. In fact, Nomura loves both Star Trek and Star Wars, and that is why he wanted Leonard Nimoy, who played Spock on Star Trek, to voice Master Xehanort, and he wanted Mark Hamill, who played Luke Skywalker, to voice Master Ericus. He specifically wanted those two to voice those characters because he loves Star Trek and Star Wars. And yes, the Terra and Master Xehanort thing, Terra being Anakin Skywalker in the series, yes, absolutely. I think that was inspired by Star Wars. Also, I made a theory video on my old channel where I talked about how I think Terra is actually going to die in Kingdom Hearts 3, because I don't think they're going to be able, because I think Terra has been under Xehanort's control for so long. I don't think they can actually rescue Terra from Xehanort. And I think instead, Terra is going to sacrifice himself to create an opening, to create a weakness, to create a crack in Xehanort's armor for Sora to exploit and defeat Xehanort. And I think Terra is going to die in the process. That would go in line with Terra being the Anakin Skywalker of the series, because Terra was manipulated by this old man. He ended up, his actions ended up causing, all of these problems. And in the end, in order to redeem himself, to try and make up for the things that have happened because he allowed himself to be manipulated, Terra will end up sacrificing himself in Kingdom Hearts 3 to redeem himself and to stop Xehanort, just like Darth Vader, aka Anakin Skywalker, sacrificed himself to defeat Darth Sidious, Emperor Palpatine. I think that's very likely. So yes, I agree with the Terra Anakin Skywalker comparison. Red Bandit says, what world do you think Roxas was in at the end of the trailer? I've actually been thinking about this for a couple of days now. I can't say for sure, but I'll be honest with you. My gut instinct says it's Daybreak Town. My gut instinct says Daybreak Town. I think it is Daybreak Town after the course of hundreds or thousands of years, however long Union Cross takes place in the past. And Daybreak Town has been abandoned and it has fallen into ruin. And it's basically just it's a ruined ancient city at this point. I think it's Daybreak Town. I really do think it's Daybreak Town. Lindsay says, do you think Jungle Book will be in Kingdom Hearts 3? What do you think about Ka being a boss fight? Will we have to fight Shere Khan? Well, Shere Khan, I think, has to be a boss fight. Jungle Book, I think, is going to be in Kingdom Hearts 3. Usually we do get a jungle world in the main Kingdom Hearts games. I mean, if you look at Kingdom Hearts 1, we got Deep Jungle. Kingdom Hearts 2, we got Pride Lands. Birth by Sleep, which Nomura has said on multiple occasions is pretty much Kingdom Hearts 0. We got Neverland, the actual island of Neverland, which is pretty much a jungle. So yes, Kingdom Hearts 3, I think we have to get a jungle world, and I think that jungle world is going to be the Jungle Book. In fact, I would not be surprised if the next world that is confirmed for Kingdom Hearts 3, the next Disney world confirmed, is in fact the Jungle Book. And like I said, Shere Khan, I think, will be a boss fight. I think he has to be a boss fight. And Ka being a boss fight, possible. They'd probably have to make him bigger than what he is. And again, when I talk about the Jungle Book being Kingdom Hearts 3, I'm not talking about the live action version. I'm talking about the animated version of the Jungle Book being in Kingdom Hearts 3. Now, Ka in the animated version was not really all that, he wasn't big, he wasn't long or anything. He was just kind of a, average sized snake pretty much. So I think he could be a boss fight, but I don't know how they would do it. And actually, last December, there was a leak that came out. And I think there's some legitimacy to that leak because that leak revealed the Monsters Inc. world, and that turned out to be true. But in that leak, it also revealed a Frozen world. I think it also, the leak revealed a Pirates of the Caribbean world. I think, I may be wrong about that, along with Radiant Garden, 100 Acre Woods, Disney Castle, but also the Jungle Book. And in that link, I think there was some sort of file or some sort of data to where it suggested that there was there is going, if the Jungle Book is in Kingdom Hearts 3, there is going to be a boss fight with Ka. And the way it's done is that there's some kind of like situation command where Sora actually slides along Ka's body to do some damage or something like that. I don't know. But there was a leak that came out last year that talked about the Jungle Book and Ka being a boss fight. So again, I could see it happening. Lindsay says, one more question for the day. Where is Maleficent and Pete? We haven't seen them since one of the older trailers. Yeah, we haven't, but I think they're going to show up in the Pirates of the Caribbean world. And one reason I think that is because Luxord is in the Pirates of the Caribbean world looking for the black box. And we know that Maleficent and Pete are also looking for the black box. So even though we haven't seen them in the Pirates of the Caribbean world, I think Maleficent and Pete are also going to be in the Pirates of the Caribbean world, and they are also going to be looking for the black box as well. In fact, I could see a fight between, an argument or a struggle between Sora, Donald, Goofy, Jack, Will Turner, basically the good guys, Maleficent and Pete, and Luxord struggling for who gets, who gets a black box. Kind of like what happened in Pirates of the Caribbean 2, where you had Jack, Will, and Norrington fighting over who got the dead man's chest. I could see something like that happening. But I do think Maleficent and Pete are going to appear in the Pirates of the Caribbean world, looking for the black box, probably dealing with Luxord and Sora at the same time. But we just haven't seen them yet. That's what I think. Also, they're probably going to show up in Radiant Garden at some point because Maleficent and Pete always show up in Radiant Garden. Darren Shelter says, you know how in the Big Hero 6 world, you wear visors for Baymax while Hero is on the computer? What if he's actually trying to make Data Sora to help fight Data Riku? Yo, that's a genius theory right there. Oh my God. I didn't even think about that. That's a good point. Huh. Darren Shelter. Yo, you smart boy. Okay. So Hero may actually be trying to bring out Data Sora to fight Data Riku. That actually could be true. That sounds legit. I mean, if Data Riku can exist in the outside world, then Data Sora should be able to do the same thing as well. Huh. I really like that theory. That sounds cool. And we could have real Sora teaming up with Data Sora to fight Data Riku. That sounds cool. Oh. I hope you're right. That sounds cool. That sounds awesome. I really hope you're right. Let's see. Rai Sora says, last question before I call it a day with you guys. Do you think Kingdom Hearts 3 all have a happy ending or a sad ending? Bittersweet. I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to have a bittersweet ending. I think it will be happy in a lot of ways, but I think it's also going to be sad in a lot of ways. I think it's going to be bittersweet. I don't think it's going to be a completely happy ending. I don't think it's going to be a completely sad ending. I think it's going to be bittersweet. Because if you look at like Birth by Sleep, for example, Birth by Sleep was just a flat out sad ending. Everybody got screwed over in Birth by Sleep. Everybody got screwed over at the end of 358 over 2 days. So I think Kingdom Hearts 3 is going to have a bittersweet ending. There's going to be a lot of reunions, but there's going to be some loss. And it's going to be bittersweet in the end. Baka Tokyo 17 says, hi, doctor. Who's doctor? Red Bandit said, I thought it looked like some kind of temple, so I was thinking either Jungle Book or Agrabah. Ooh, Jungle Book or Well, Jungle Book or Agrabah? I'm trying to think here. Let's see. It's been a long time since I've watched the Jungle Book. I know that there's temples in Jungle Book, but I don't know if that area resembles any of the temples from the Jungle Book. And it could be Agrabah, but could be Agrabah, but I really don't think so, because Agrabah That area had more of a brown color to it, and Agrabah's always had more of a yellowish orange color to it. So I don't think it's Agrabah. I really think it's probably Daybreak Town, just basically in ruins. Uh, let's see. It's 11:37 right now. I'm gonna go to 11:45, guys, and I'm gonna wrap up the live stream. Red Bandit says, I thought it. Oh, wait a minute. I've already read that. Okay, so Critical Drive 7. Any thoughts on who the secret boss will be? I think it's going to be a foreteller. I think it's going to be someone from Union Cross. I want to say it's going to be a foreteller. It could possibly be one of the new Union leaders. Could be Ephemera, could be Scald. I don't know. I don't think it'll be the Master of Masters. Might be Lushu. But I think it's going to be someone from Union Cross. I think there's going to be a secret boss in there that's going to be somebody from Union Cross, because to me, it is very obvious that Union Cross is not going to have a massive impact on Kingdom Hearts 3. When you play Kingdom Hearts 3, you're definitely going to feel the presence of the stuff from Union Cross in Kingdom Hearts 3, but it's not going to have an impact on Kingdom Hearts 3. You see what I'm saying? You're just going to feel its presence in Kingdom Hearts 3. I think what Union Cross is mainly doing, I think Union Cross is setting up the plot for the next saga of games. Because I think the next saga of games is going to be all about the foretellers. It's going to be about the Union leaders. It's going to be about the Master of Masters and Lushu. I think all of that is set up for the next saga. So because of that, secret bosses in Kingdom Hearts 3 are usually a hint towards the next game in the series. For example, Kingdom Hearts 1, we had Xemnas as a secret boss. That was obviously a hint for Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts 2, we had Terra's Lingering Will as a secret boss. That was a hint for Birth by Sleep and Birth by Sleep. Young Xehanort was a secret boss, and that was a hint for Dream Drop Distance. Dream Drop Distance, we didn't really get like a secret, like a real secret boss. I mean, we got Julius, but that was random as hell, we didn't really get a real secret boss in Dream Drop Distance. But I think in Kingdom Hearts 3, we're going to get a secret boss that will be a hint towards the next saga, towards the next game, towards Kingdom Hearts 4. And I think that's likely to be someone from Union Cross. Sora Simple and Clean says, I'm late. No. Yes, you are late. If you want to find out why I've not been making videos for the last couple of weeks, basically my father passed away, Sora Simple and Clean. I talked about it at the beginning of this live stream for about 20 minutes or so. But my father did pass away, and I've been dealing with a lot of stuff when it comes to his passing and his funeral and everything. And I've just not been making videos lately. So if you guys just came in, to the live stream, that's what's been going on. Chariot Man Gaming says, "What's up, man? What's up, Chariot Man Gaming? How you doing?" Red Bandit says, "What do you think is going on with Vanitas in the new trailer?" It's Vanitas being Vanitas. That's what's going on with Vanitas in the new trailer. Vanitas comes off as like this just purely evil maniac, almost like a Carnage type of character, especially in the new Kingdom Hearts 3 trailers. But I'm telling you, man, I'm telling you right now, Vanitas, I think, is going to redeem himself in Kingdom Hearts 3. I think Vanitas is I think Vanitas is the type of person that, having trained under Master Xehanort for so many years, it broke him, and he's just completely broken. And so he's doing all this evil stuff, but part of it's out of desperation, and part of it's just because Master Xehanort broke the kid. He broke him. So I really do believe that either Ventus or Sora is going to pull Vanitas over to the good side. And I think when it's all said and done, because I think Vanitas right now, if you look at Vanitas in the trailers, like he is acting so much more sadistic than he did in Birth by Sleep. Yes, Vanitas had a sadistic side to him in Birth by Sleep, but in these new trailers in Kingdom Hearts 3, his he's so much more sadistic. He's calling Ventus brother, and I guess technically they are kind of like brothers, not really, but kind of. But he's calling Vanitas brother, and every time he talks, he always has like just like a very sadistic tone to him, like almost like a Joker type of tone, almost just like like I'm so evil, like that type of thing. Uh, and I think what it is, the reason he's so much more sadistic in Kingdom Hearts 3 than he was in Birth by Sleep is because I think his mental well-being, I think, has deteriorated. I think mentally he has just deteriorated even more than what he was in Birth by Sleep. And I think he's so broken at this point, he needs someone to pull him back. And I think that's either going to be Ventus or Sora. And I've actually heard some theories it might be Naminé. I've heard some people suggest it might be Naminé. I don't know, but I think someone's going to bring Vanitas back to. I think someone's going to bring Vanitas over to the good side, and I think he's going to redeem himself, and I think he's going to betray Master Xehanort. Because Vanitas is a villain, but it's not entirely his fault. A lot of it is. I mean, think about this. Vanitas was born as this pure embodiment of Ventus's darkness. And then while Ventus was off, in this loving home with Ericus and Terra and Aqua, Vanitas was stuck in the Keyblade graveyard with Master Xehanort for 4 years before, the main events of Birth by Sleep. And that has to do something to you. So yes, Vanitas is a villain, but I really don't blame Vanitas for his villainy. I don't blame Vanitas for the stuff that he does. I blame more so Master Xehanort than anyone else. So I think he's going to betray Master Xehanort. I think he's going to try and redeem himself. I think he's going to come over to the good side. Okay, Darren Shelter, and this will probably be the last question that I take because my voice is starting to give out. But Darren Shelter says, imagine with the fight with Xehanort and someone gets hurt or dies, Sora gets angry and goes Super Saiyan of pure light. What do you think? No, no, I wouldn't want that. That is so cliche. I mean, all the animes I've seen and everything, that's a little too cliche. Now, I do think Sora's going to get a power up at the end of the game. Absolutely. He has to, because Xehanort is so flippity powerful at this point. Like, Xehanort has so many things going in his favor that it almost looks impossible for him to lose. So I think, yes, Sora is going to get a power up at the end of the game for sure. He has to have any chance of beating Xehanort. But I don't think it's going to come from him getting angry or anything like that. I think it's more so. I think what it is, they've been, pushing this whole thing that Sora is the key that connects everything. Sora has all of these connections to people. And like Zigbar even flat out stated in Dream Drop Distance that it's Sora's connections to other people that makes him strong. Now, of course, they're speaking in a metaphorical sense, but I think that's going to become literal in Kingdom Hearts 3. I think that Sora is going to draw power from all of the hearts that he has connected to. All of the Disney characters he's ever met, all of the main characters, he's going to draw power from them, and somehow it's going to give him the power to combat Master Xehanort. I think it's going to be something like that. I think it's going to be Sora's connections, and it's going to be the power that he draws from them, not his own power, but the power that he gets from others. That's going to be the key to defeating Xehanort. That's what I think. That's what I think is going to put Sora on an even playing field with Xehanort. And in the end, I think that Sora is going to connect his heart to Kingdom Hearts itself. And that's going to provide power for him as well. All right, Red Bandit, this will be the last question. When are you moving to Twitch? Well, I had intended to do it already, but like I said, with everything going on in my life, that's just not been possible, unfortunately. What is today's date? Today's date is September 21st, Friday. I'll try and do it October 1st. And when I do my first stream on Twitch, of course, I will let you guys know. I will let you guys know the day before when I'm going to be going on Twitch and what's going to be happening. But let's just say October 1st at this point. I need to find out what day October 1st is on, but sometime around then. You know what? Let's leave it at this. Early October. By early October, I should hopefully have all of this stuff surrounding taking care of all my dad's stuff and getting all that stuff done, hopefully by October. So, yeah. All right, guys, that's going to wrap up this live stream. Thank you all for stopping by. Again, I've just had a really hard last couple of weeks, but talking to you guys has made me feel so much better. I'm about to lose my voice, but talking to you guys has made me feel so much better. I really do appreciate all the support that you guys give. I know this channel has been, I know that after my old channel got terminated for reasons that I still don't understand, and coming to this channel and having to pretty much start over, and this channel has been slow to pick up. It's been a slow process to get this channel up and going. It has. And of course, we're going to start moving things over to Twitch, but you guys have been so unbelievably loyal, sticking with me, and I appreciate it. I really do appreciate it. You guys are the best. And I promise, great things are coming. And in fact, one of the things that has been going on is that I've been talking to a couple of other YouTubers, and we are working on getting a weekly live stream podcast type of thing going on. I'm trying to figure out exactly how we're going to do it, the format and everything. But I'm working on some stuff pretty much. Anyways, guys, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this live stream. Thank you guys so much for stopping by. I will keep you guys updated. I will probably do another live stream next week. Hopefully early next week, maybe Tuesday. Tuesday or no, I can't do it Wednesday. I've got school Wednesday. I'm going to try Tuesday of next week. But yeah, I will keep you guys updated. I am working on stuff for the future of the channel and for Twitch. And till then, thank you guys for stopping by. Thank you guys so much for letting me talk, letting me vent about my life earlier in this live stream. And your sympathy is, your sympathy and your prayer is very much appreciated. But anyways, guys, thank you guys for stopping by. This is ZJ signing off.